Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall selection back in 2005 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the second straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He got 29 yards that time.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. 18 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, this is Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Geis with the carry on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Smith. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. We get a look now at the defense for the New York Jets. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jack Doyle, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by 1 play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. A look now at how Denver is going to line up defensively. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Jameis to throw it. And he finds McDonald. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
White 25, Mike 50. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Set, let's go.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38.
Check, check. Lucky.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
On 2nd
down and 4. Winston. That's complete. Bernard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 3rd down, Bernard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Smith hands off to Geis. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And New York set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
There are the numbers for McDonald from a week ago. 9 catches, 94 yards.
And you can tell early, they're going to look his way quite a bit, and he made himself available on that one.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there. Mike Williams, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They run the counter. Bernard. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go play action. Winston. Complete to Hilton. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Let's go.
Jameis now on first down. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Now Gold for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Single, single. Single, single.
Back to it after the pick 6. Winston. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. He drops it off for Bernard. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Gets this one out in a hurry to Latimer. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Ready? Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Joker, 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 Joker.
Jameis again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, but now it's third down. On third down, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. This one caught by Isabella. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first half lead.
And you know how the best hits happen? By being really good on that side of the ball in terms of fundamentals, being in the right spot, diagnosing plays well, and being there at the point of attack. They are really making it happen. We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Bernard. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block.
Ready? White 25. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Double dog. Double dog. That's the let's go.
On second and 11 now. Winston, and he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Jets on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Winston. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And this one complete to Charkandrick West. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Smith now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Smith turns and gives to West. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Got it complete to West. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On second and goal, Smith. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. Again, Smith. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Peterson. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, a run by Mack. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. He's got Jack Doyle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On the ground, it's Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Jameis to throw it. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Trayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field.
Ready. Move ready. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mack. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
125, 52. It's a party now. He's checking.
They go right back to Mack. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. That's complete. Bernard. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses, understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Winston on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Smith. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Right there. Let's go.
On first down, Smith. That ball complete to Isabella. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This is Geis, and an alley to run. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Smith. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And the Jets set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. 3rd down here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll throw again. Winston. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch left. He's top right there.
Jameis again. It's complete to Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. First down, Winston.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston and McDonald here over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. To throw, Winston. He's got it to Hilton. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. To throw on 2nd and 6. Winston. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. He's got it to Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Smith. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again. And it's 2nd down. On the draw, this is West. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Go.
3rd and long, it's Smith. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Deidrin Sadat with a sack. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Broncos 21, Jets 13.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to take off with it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Winston. And he rifles one incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go draw play. Smith gives to Geis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the draw, they go to Geis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Smith on first down. He gets it in the hands of Geis. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Smith. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 30 on 2nd down, Smith able to find his running back, Geis. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
We got three.
Off the play fake, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Winston. And he finds McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air again with Winston. That's complete. Bernard. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Jameis to throw it. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ready? Watch 25. Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
Jameis now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Winston now. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A draw play. Bernard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. To throw is Winston. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
It's second and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing, Winston.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Winston. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Geis. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. On the return is Peterson. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Winston readies the offense. Down by 8, just over 1:40 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. Here's Winston. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. It's Geis on the counter. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Smith. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. After the sack on 1st down, Winston. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Denver, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.